Hi, I'm Natalie Rydstrom, and today we're actually going to break down the different betting types. We've actually broken it into 4, and this actually came of a request. I do read the comments on YouTube, and somebody came. It was Will M, and he said, how do you bet? What are the different bet types? And he brought out hedging, and I was like, I'm not fully qualified to do this, but I do know somebody who is, and that is Martin. So, Martin, I've welcomed Martin to the show here. Martin, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Great to be here.
Now, I've got your article in front of me. It is a super article. We are going to break it down. The article is posted on our website. The link will be in the description below this video. And we're actually going to start, the first video is going to be straight bets. We're going to run through that, and then we'll move on to the other bets as well, which will be in different videos. So the straight bet, I think, is probably the most easiest one. I think it's like on all the videos that we do, I think that's probably the main one, right?
Yeah, I would say it's the most popular bet and the simplest one, the easiest one to figure out. I understand it's a very good point that the person commenting on the thread makes. It can be very daunting and intimidating to look at a range of different betting options and not to know what to choose from. So it's great to be able to help and break it down. But yeah, a straight bet is exactly what it says. It's a single bet on the outcome of a particular component of a match. So it can be you're betting on a straight win, a straight draw, or a straight loss, or you could be betting on a single incident, like somebody to score first, or there to be a certain amount of goals in a match. But it's not any sort of accumulator, so it's only one thing or another has to occur for you to win.
And I would say as well that if you went on to sports books, that most of the time you actually just see straight bet odds.
Yeah, very much so, very much so. I mean, it's not something you would actually see the word straight too often.
No.
But you would just see a range of different odds for the different market that you're betting on. So you might see, for example, Barcelona are playing Real Madrid, and you would be offered a straight bet on Barcelona to win, or on Real Madrid to win, or on there to be a draw. And there'll be different odds based on each different outcome, which the very clever statisticians and mathematicians at the bookmaker have worked out based on the probability as they're trying to make a margin. And it's up to you to try to beat the bookmaker, basically. But it is by far and away the most simple bet. It doesn't always provide the best returns, simply because it's often the easiest thing to figure out. But there's no real easy bets in this world, unfortunately.
No, that's right. There are different. We'll get into the other bets. Obviously, there's sort of the main straight bets, and right now, obviously, we are talking about football. You've got the both teams to score yes or no. You've got the totals. You've got the outrights. What else have you got? There's a few others as well, which make sort of the main ones. And I was actually thinking to myself as well, maybe next week we can actually break down all the bets that you can make in soccer, including like all the special ones, and sort of run through those and which ones say you have the more high and low risk, and then sort of like take it from there. But would you say when you bet, is straight betting sort of like the main type of bet that you do?
Straight betting is the main type of bet I do. Yeah, I think it's the bread and butter for most gamblers. It's often where the most excitement is. It's where you're more likely to lay out a big stake, I'd say. When you're doing more sort of accumulator bets or bets that are a bit more out there, you're often more likely to put on a smaller stake. I think the vast majority of bets do happen as single bets. It does sound like a really good idea to run through all the different bet types that there are out there, but I mean, you can have a straight bet on so many different things. All it simply means is that you're only relying on one outcome. So you can bet on who's going to win a match, or if it's going to be a draw. You can bet on a particular player that you like to score first. You can bet on that player to score at any time. You can bet on the total number of goals in the match exactly, or you can bet on whether it's going to be over a certain amount or under a certain amount. And it varies all the way up to some really strange and interesting bets, which are called proposition bets or prop bets, whereby you can bet on like who's going to be the man of the match. or yeah, you can bet on if you can bet on if England are playing. Sometimes you can bet on if an England player is going to cry after a match because he's sad that the team have lost. So it goes right through the spectrum basically.
Yeah.
It's actually, once you've done it a few times, it's really easy to figure out. You take the money that you wish to bet, and that's called your stake. You check out the odds, and you just place the stake on the outcome that you like. So if a team is 2-1 to win, you've got $10. You bet your $10 on the 2-1, and if it wins, you get your $10 back that you've staked, and you get $20 in profit because you get two for every one that you've staked, and that's it really. It's not anything to be too daunted by.
All right. So yeah, so a straight bet is basically betting on a singular outcome, and it's the most popular bet out there. Martin, thank you for joining us.